Hello, everyone.
And welcome back to Edith Finch. My name is Christian, and welcome to Shady Wheels. And just right off the bat, I think we're gonna make this the thumbnail. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the content so far. And last time, we learned about Barbara, the baby whose name I can't quite remember. That was one of the most tragic deaths I've ever seen, if I can even say that word on YouTube. And another name that I can't recall at the moment. Sorry, it's been a rough day, so my memory is a bit off and I am tired.
On Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Jeez, just right off the bat. Oh, I think it was Lewis we learned about either in the last episode or
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Or the episode before that.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Saving. Now,
but I understand why we left.
Huh. Wow, the sounds in this game are really accurate to how they'd sound in real life, walking over that, what's it called, puff balls, like styrofoam puff balls. I don't know what they're called. Oh, Lord, allergies, love them. I don't know what they're.
Leaving everything behind.
Edith, I am talking. I don't know what they're called exactly, but
what happened
that's.
That night had been coming for a long time.
But that's how they sound in real life.
Maybe it should have come sooner.
And now we are in the upper level of the house, going, I believe, towards like the very top of it.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
It's been a while since I've played last, and unfortunately I've had a rough few weeks. So, as I said, forgive me if I don't get everything right as to what we've done so far. And on the first, I figure out whether I'm gonna need surgery or not, and I probably will. So, yeah.
The whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Oh, is this gonna be Edie's story?
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night."
Yes, it is.
And all our final nights apart.
I guess we hadn't found out all of Edie's story.
I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
You don't want to get involved in that, Edith. I've heard adults argue. It's usually pretty ugly. Oh. So I guess now we're
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Now we're a younger Edith?
When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Cute little mismatched socks. Oh, is that abstract painting? Or no, that's, what do they call that? It's something to do with glass.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's some kind of glass art. Might be called glass art. I don't think so. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Oh, Lord. I have a cold. Forgive me.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
A lot of books in this game. We continue going forward, don't we? Up the ladder?
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
That's... I know they're stressed, but... That's rough, man.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever
This game could be hard to commentate over. But, I mean, even if none of this is real and it's just... It's the curse they just kind of made up and made it seem like it was real. I mean, show a little bit more compassion. I'm not saying... I'm not saying don't be angry or upset or stressed or anything like that, but
I've seen that house every day of my
don't talk about putting her in a nursing home in front of her. Or if you're going to, do so with a lot more compassion.
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
I just...
When the fog rolled in,
Never mind.
I lost my way.
So... Are we controlling Edith? I think so.
I got turned around.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Edith. I think it's Edie. Did I say
For a while.
I meant to say...
wondered.
Are we controlling Edie? I get them so mixed up sometimes.
I started seeing things.
So did she wander all the way out here by herself?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I'm gonna wager that that's what happened.
When I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Okay, Edith is the person we've been. Edie is the grandmother. Because it's what remains of Edith Finch. Okay. Got it. Yeah, this must be the grandmother. Those are... oh, Lord. Different
Things
gloves.
I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
That kind of like Chinese
mine.
architecture.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Great grandma. Man, when you
The
lose
next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
losing contact with a family member that you
After
have
that,
a lot
we
of connection to is one of the worst experiences you can go through.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Hey, you control her arm. That's cool. And even back then, she wore those little
A
gloves.
few years went by.
Are those gloves, or is there another word for them? Because fingers are exposed. I don't get out much. There's a lot of things I don't know about.
My mom didn't like to talk about it,
For example, what kind of flower is this?
but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while. And then she didn't. and then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Did I just start this video and this is the
I
end?
found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
I'm pretty sure it is.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
So her mother died.
Appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
And, okay.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
For everyone that's wondering what's going
And I
on,
hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you.
yes, we
Tell you all the
are
stories myself.
swimming through a womb. That's what's happening.
But I
That
guess
whole,
if you're reading this now,
you're looking at that bright light,
things didn't work out that way.
that's Savage. A dark hole.
This is where your story begins. I'm
The
sorry
birth
I won't be
canal.
here to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah, and her child inherited the journal. Shirley Dallas. I hope I didn't undermine that moment with the humor. Sometimes you just gotta be serious when the game calls for it. Humor doesn't always have a place. Are these children that have passed? Like in real life, or no? It's the team that made the game. Wow. I wonder if the animator was actually a child. This game has awesome animations. That wasn't a jab. That would be incredible if the animator was a child. Alright, well, I guess this is the end. We're at the credits now. Man, this game... It's hard to figure out the words I want to say as to how it presents death and dying and, you know, the idea of generational curses and no, just everything. First of all, I think the way it presents that is, even though very stylized for the game, well, it still feels very real and relatable because of how, if you understand that all the stylization during what I perceive to be death scenes, if you understand the metaphors behind that and what that means, or the symbolism, I guess, and what that symbolism means, like when the baby fell in the tub and turned green, that might have been what the baby's skin turned, and maybe all the things that you saw while in the tub were the last things that the baby saw as it was fading, as the baby was fading, not it. Sorry. Yeah, and as a Christian, I definitely believe in generational curses, and I believe the way to break generational curses is to fight them and to go against every temptation and everything that they throw at you. And with generational curses, it tends to be like pretty much in your DNA to want to follow that. I mean, that applies to sin in general, but especially with generational curses, family. Even if you don't want to say generational curses, when you've had generations of family issues, then it's kind of in your DNA to want to follow that, is if it's carried over to your parents and you've had to deal with the consequences, or maybe not even that, but you've had to see it from other family members. And I wish I could come up with another answer than to resist the temptation and choose to be better. But you gotta understand, choosing to be better, that's the hardest thing a person can do, because we're inclined to be the worst version of ourselves, and we're inclined to follow that path. And striving to be the best versions of ourselves is the exact opposite of what our nature wants us to do. So that is not easy. And so when I say, in order to break generational curses or family trauma and all that and overcome it, to be better, trust me, I get the weight of that statement. I have a lot of trauma myself that I haven't overcome. I have a lot of demons that I'm still struggling with, and yeah, that might stick with me the rest of my life. But keep in mind that if you don't strive to be better, you'll probably end up just furthering the trauma, curse, whatever, onto your family, future family, or onto your friends, or onto anybody around you. So yeah. So I hope this game inspires you guys to not let things like trauma and generational things, or current things, debilitate you to the point where you just permanently lose the will to go against that. Because trust me, if you do, it will break eventually, and you might not ever lose the temptation to go back to that old person, but you can always resist it. There might be days where you can't, and you might screw up badly, but if that happens, you take however much time you need to take to recover. Then you talk to whoever you offended or affected, smooth things over with them if they can be, and you just strive to be better. And if it can't be improved with some people, and you try to apologize over and over and over again, and you show them clearly that you've changed, then it comes to a point where it's, it doesn't change the fact that you did that, but they're also choosing not to forgive you. So they have a big part in that as well. So yeah, this has been an amazing game. I hope I did it justice. I know I probably didn't. But still, I don't want to say a blast necessarily, because this is a very morbid game and a very sad game. But it's a very real game, and it teaches you a lot of important real life lessons about everything that I've mentioned. I wonder if Edith's child went on and lived a like a full life and had children and essentially broke through the trauma slash curse slash whatever. I don't think they ever answer that anywhere. I wonder if any developers have ever answered that, but yeah, I think I hate to end this here, but I can't just keep blabbering on, so I think I'm gonna end this here. We've been growing a lot lately, and I thank you guys so much for your support and kind comments and just everything. It means the world to me to see this channel really starting to grow and reach people. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next playthrough. Hopefully Connor will be back, and yeah, we will keep gaming and keep doing our thing. See you guys in the next one. Sayonara.